broadcasting across the nation from the East Coast to the West, keeping you up to date on technology while enjoying a little whiskey on the side, with leading-edge topics, along with special guests, to navigate technology in a segmented, stylized radio program. The information that will make you go, Pull up a seat, raise a glass with our hosts as we spend the next hour talking about technology for the common person. Welcome to TechTime Radio with Nathan Mumm.
Oh, welcome to Tech Time with Nathan Mumm, the show that makes you go, technology news of the week. The show for the everyday person talking about technology, broadcasting across the nation with insightful segments on subjects weeks ahead of the mainstream media. We welcome our radio audience of 35 million listeners to an hour of insightful technology news. I'm Nathan Mumm, your host and technologist with over 30 years of technology expertise. Our co-host, Mike Roday, is in the studio. He's an award-winning author and human behavior expert. Mr. Gregoire, our whiskey connoisseur, is MIA, or so I'd say probably missing in action due to a cold. So we have Odie.
Sick in action.
Sick in action. SIA. Is that a sick in action? SIA.
Sure.
All right. Now we're live streaming during our show on four of the most popular platforms, including YouTube, Twitch.tv, Facebook, and LinkedIn. We encourage you to visit us online at techtimeradio.com to become a Patreon supporter at patreon.com/TechTime Radio. We're friends from different backgrounds. We bring the best technology show possible weekly for our family, friends, and fans to enjoy. We're glad to have Odie, our producer, at the control panel today. Welcome, everyone. Let's start today's show.
Now on today's show.
All right, today on the show, we have our letter segment. This is our funny yet informative reading of emails that I received and were submitted to me during the week. This includes scams, phishing emails, texting scams, and all-out mistruths. In addition to that, we have our standard features, including Mike's mesmerizing moment, our technology fail of the week, a possible Nathan Nugget, absolutely a Nathan Nugget today, and, of course, our pick of the day, whiskey tasting, to see if our selected whiskey pick gets 0, 1, or 2 thumbs up by the end of the show. But now it's time for the latest headlines in the world of technology.
Here are our top technology stories of the week.
All right, Mike, here was what we got. Our first story. Hundreds of thousands of Grok chats exposed in Google results. Let's go to Lisa Walker for more on the story.
Hundreds of thousands of user conversations with Elon Musk's artificial intelligence AI chatbot Grok have been exposed to the world. These unique links are created when Grok users press a button to share a transcript of their conversation, but as well as sharing the chat with the intended recipient, the button also appears to have made the chats searchable online. A Google search on Thursday of last week revealed it had indexed nearly 300,000 Grok conversations. Earlier this year, Meta also faced criticism after shared users' conversations with its chatbot Meta AI appeared in a public Discover feed on its app. Should people think that their AI chats are private? Back to you guys in the studio.
All right, Mike, let's talk about this. Should your AI chats be private that are out there? I absolutely think they should be, but this is kind of getting into a dilemma. The internet that we're so used to is free, right? So we're all used to getting everything for free.
How is it free? I pay for it.
Well, you pay for your internet connective services to Comcast, right?
Yeah.
Okay, or whatever provider. But as far as the actual use of tools and services on the internet, take, for instance, like Facebook and Google search and other aspects of these.
We all know they're not free. We all know that we're paying our information to those.
Okay. So we should be okay with that. So if we all of a sudden get an announcement that Grok has...
I don't know if we should be okay with that, but that's the way it is.
Okay, so privacy is a disaster right now. If you went and took a look at some of the leaked transcripts from Grok, which kind of makes sense on any of these social media AI platforms, an example of it was a chatbot that detailed instructions on how to make a Class A drug in a lab. It talked about how to create secure password, provide meal plans for weight loss, and answer detailed questions about medical conditions were all part of the breach that happened. My question that I keep on pondering back and forth is, experts say once your information is linked online, it's there forever, which we've always talked about. Once it's been in online format, there's going to be somebody that made a backup of a backup of a backup. So absolutely it's going to be there. But is our technology now at the point where we have a data breach, we no longer care about what's happening? That's kind of my question and answer, because now these AI breaches happen all the time.
Okay,
and there's no penalty.
So we've been doing this show for how long now?
This is our 7th season, so we're going on year 6.
Okay, so we have how many data breaches that we talk about? We talk about data breaches almost every week.
Every week, yes.
Okay, so when you say people just don't listen anymore, that's probably true, because we found out that data breaches are happening all the time.
Okay.
And there's nothing we can do about it. It's a service that we've become to depend on. So probably for most people, it's just sort of the, I still have to use the internet. So if they got all my privacy and information, that's not going to matter until, of course, somebody steals their identity and ruins their financial life.
Well, have you heard about this new thing that's happening? And maybe we'll talk a little bit about it in the letter segment, where people end up buying their houses, and then people are coming on in and they're going and forging documents, and they're taking out loans on different aspects of that house that was already purchased. We're getting to a point now where the cyber crimes are coming at people that are even done and don't have any debt that's available out there.
Yeah, well, we have created something in our human ingenuity that we cannot control, nor do we understand. So that's just going to continue to happen.
Okay. Yeah, that's
and it's always fun to start off the show with talking about AI, because that's my favorite subject.
Is it your favorite subject?
Yeah.
All right. Well, guess what? Let's talk about story number 2. This is your story, Mike. I think you're going to love this one.
Yeah, I'm going to love this one, because guess what?
What are we going to be talking about?
It's a little more AI stuff.
More AI stuff. Yep.
A senior lawyer in Australia has apologized to a judge for filing submissions in a murder case that included fake quotes and non-existent case judgments generated by AI.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. So the blunder in the Supreme Court of Victoria State is another one in the litany of mishaps AI has caused in justice systems around the world. Defense lawyer Rishi Nathwani, who holds the prestigious legal title of King's Counsel, took full responsibility, quote, for filing incorrect information in submissions in the case of a teenager charged with murder, according to court documents seen by the Associated Press on Friday. We are deeply sorry and embarrassed for what occurred, Nathwani told Justice James Elliott on Wednesday on behalf of the defense team. The AI-generated errors caused a 24-hour delay in resolving a case that Elliott had hoped to conclude on Wednesday. Elliott ruled on Thursday that Nathwani's client, who cannot be identified because he's a minor, was not guilty of murder because of mental impairment. At the risk of understatement, the manner in which these events have unfolded is unsatisfactory, he told lawyers. The ability of the court to rely on the accuracy of submissions made by counsel is fundamental to the due administration of justice. The fake submissions included fabricated quotes from a speech to the state legislature and non-existent case citations purportedly from the Supreme Court of Australia. The errors were discovered by Elliott's associates, who couldn't find the cases and requested that the defense lawyer provide copies. The lawyers then admitted the citations did not exist and that the submission contained fictitious quotes. And then they checked that the initial citations were accurate and wrongly assumed the others would also be correct. The submissions were also sent to the prosecutor, who didn't check their accuracy either.
Okay, so let's talk about that. So you had the defense and the prosecuting have AI-generated quotes submitted, and both of them are too lazy or too busy or too burdened to actually verify that those quotes were valid.
Okay, so it's a part of our brain.
Yeah.
So our brain works on a system called heurism, which means it finds the quickest answer that it can to do what it needs to do.
Okay.
So if you have something that's generated AI-generated stuff, and you look and you see one of the quotes is correct, the likelihood that you're going to check all the quotes becomes non-existent, because the piece of your brain goes, oh, look, it's right. And we always also have this problem with, if it's written, we sort of believe it.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right, so both of them failed. So it wasn't like one So the one created the AI generated information.
Well, this
and then pass it on to the prosecutor who looked at it and said, okay, well, it looks valid too. So they both took those documents to court and both had them in their process of being correct.
Yeah, they did what people do. And this is the problem with using AI is it's not necessarily the AI.
Okay.
Well, it is because the AI generates the false information, but it's the human interaction with the AI that makes this so dangerous. This is why I have a huge problem with this, because not only are we creating the AI to do these things and we can't anticipate what the AI will do because we're not that smart.
Yep.
Then we come along and interpret the data in the way we interpret it, and then we base decisions on that data, which is showing over and over and over again that it can be false.
Okay.
And because we don't think to check on these things, we are making decisions that
these are life-changing decisions for a murder case, right?
If they had not found this out, what would have been the decision on this kid who is not guilty by reason of mental deficiency?
I don't know. I guess you'd go back to court again and say, hey, this information was, I don't know. Yeah.
If it wasn't found out, he might have been convicted. He might have been stuck into that system where he was wrongly convicted.
Yep.
So, I don't know. I think you give me these stories just so you can hear me bitch about it.
No, that's all right. It's okay. Well, did you notice that I like how they said the court documents did not identify the AI system used by the lawyer. So now what's happening is AI systems are like, you know what? If you use our system and it comes up incorrectly, don't say us.
It's like, shh, don't tell them I told you that.
That's right. The secret knock underneath
the secret AI.
Right.
Well, you could Google Grok and see if you can come up with the chats.
So what happens is, let me just tell you, Grok is kind of interesting because ChatGPT is my go-to, right? And I like Sam Altman and I like OpenAI as the company, so that's kind of my fave.
Yeah,
but
not a reason to like AI, buddy.
Well,
not a reason.
Okay, let me just tell you this, but Grok is coming up in the world. They're actually getting pretty good in their AI stuff. So having these issues come on out makes sense. And I can see.
How do you, okay, so this is just a question for you.
How do you rate them?
How do you make that determination that something is getting good? How are you, because
you're
all
seeing
these
user activity is increasing.
Oh, okay. Because user activity is increasing. That means it's getting better.
Well, yeah, so it's getting more use. Maybe I should say it's not. I don't know if it's getting better, but it's becoming more sought after and used than it started out as.
Yeah, bad idea, folks.
Okay, all right. Well, guess what? AOL's beep. You know what that sound is? That's a modem.
I think that's you having a digestive problem.
That's the modem. That's the sound of the beeps and the boops of the AOL's dial-up internet service. Say bye-bye to the beeps and boops as AOL's dial-up service is about to end. Is
the dial-up service ending or just the noise?
No. The dial-up service, dial-up for AOL will cease to operate September 30th of this year.
I did not know that AOL still had.
They did. AOL routinely evaluates its products. This is what they said. It's been running since the 1990s, right? Trying to connect to the internet has been
okay.
The
so
announcement
routinely
of that.
is every 20 years. Is that routinely is every 20 years?
I don't know. I mean, come on. AOL routinely evaluates its products and services. Decided to discontinue dial-up internet. The website said the service will end September 30th. What is dial-up? Dial-up uses a modem to convert digital data from a computer into analog signals, which can travel over standard phone lines. Users have to plug their computer into a phone jack and install software that allows the computer and dial-up service
like this is
to communicate.
Surprise?
Was that? Well, because it is for the new generation. They probably had no idea what that was.
All
right.
Yeah.
The new process resulted in robotics noise, as I tried to do. And then all of a sudden you would have service. Now, AOL rolled out its dial-up service in 1989 when lawmakers were focusing on closing the digital divide. The idea that people living in poorer or more rural areas would not be able to access the internet. McRae said. The company was known for handing out discs and CDs that gave users several hours of internet access for free. We got so many
phone
of line,
we used to make things out of them.
Yeah, so back in the old times, your phone service was considered a necessity and free because you would get that from your landline service. And then you would pay $19 a month to have access to the internet through one of these ISPs, internet service provider. Now, what's interesting is as of 2022, an Americans household survey from the Census Bureau said that 0.1% of American households relied on dial-up to access the internet. That's a pretty small figure. Don't you think?
That is pretty small.
So the solution is that you need to go to a satellite if you live out in the...
that's 1/10 of 1%, I think.
That's what it is. Thank you. We have now removed the whole dial-up internet service. You will now need to get a satellite service. So you got Starlink or HughesNet or whatever other services are out there that you now need to grab to move forward.
I feel like I need to look for Rod Serling in the corner smoking a cigarette.
Over for, wasn't he the Twilight Zone guy?
Twilight Zone guy.
Yeah, okay, that's right. All right. Well, that ends our top technology stories of the week. Now we're going to move into our next segment, which dives into our letter segment, featuring on scams submitted by listeners, some studio selected emails. Mike's putting on his hat. Mike, what does that hat say?
Don't click on stuff.
All right. Be sure to listen and share the segment with a friend. We're going to head out for our first commercial break. We'll see you after this.
Looking for custom glass solutions for your next commercial project? Hartung Glass Industries is your trusted partner in custom glass fabrication. For over 100 years, Hartung has delivered proven manufacturing expertise, comprehensive product offerings, and dependable service and quality. From energy-efficient facades to custom shower doors, we create glass solutions tailored to your project needs. With 8 facilities across the U.S. and Canada, we combine national expertise with a local touch-ensuring faster service and unparalleled customer care. Hartung Glass Industries, where quality meets innovation. Visit hartungglass.com to learn more.
Welcome back to Tech Time with Nathan Mumm. Our weekly show covers the top technology subjects without a political agenda. We verify the facts, and we do it with a sense of humor in less than 60 minutes. And, of course, with a little whiskey on the side. Today, Mark Gregoire, our whiskey connoisseur, is not in the studio. He actually came into the studio, dropped off some stuff. He's not feeling well. Looked a little under the weather.
Yeah, he came around and spread all his germs all over the place.
He did.
Whoa. He was masked.
He was masked. Okay.
You didn't see him over there behind you taking this mask off and blowing at the back of your head, did you?
Okay, so since our whiskey connoisseur is not in here, that means always Odie fills in so she can give us the information on what we are sipping today. Odie, what do we got?
Well, today we're drinking the Remus Straight Bourbon Whiskey, single barrel.
Okay.
The intro is from the bottle directly. Take a sip back in time to experience the roaring 20s. Inspired by the finest bourbon of the Prohibition era, each Remus single barrel holds a collection of unique flavor secrets. Add it to your speakeasy or your liquor shelf and discover the secrets for yourself. This particular barrel was hand selected by Lee, QFC Renton's liquor manager, in honor of his late father Vic, a meaningful tribute, and a bottle that carries both history and heart. That's pretty sweet.
That's pretty
Shout
sweet.
out to Lee at QFC.
Now, is this a single barrel or a small batch?
She already said it like twice.
I know. I'm just trying to. It's a single barrel.
Yes.
Okay, single barrel.
Okay.
All right.
It's from the Luxco MGP company.
Okay.
Distillation is Ross and Squibb Distillery in Lawrenceburg, Indiana. Classified as a straight bourbon. Aged 6 years, has 59%, 118 proof.
Okay.
Mash bill of 51% corn, 49% rye. Goes for $56 on the market.
All right.
Yeah.
$56 on the market. It had a big first kick on that.
Your face.
Yeah,
man.
we watched you do the Nathan dance over there.
Is that the Nathan
I
dance?
wouldn't consider that the Nathan dance. I'd consider that the Nathan shake.
The Nathan shake.
Yeah.
Nathan shake. I have many different classifications: the shake, the dance. Okay. All right. Well,
we're going to come up with something even better than that.
You know what? You should during the commercial break. You should actually get a sip of this yourself too.
Okay.
I'm curious on what your take is going to be on this.
Well, I'm probably going to do my own version of the shake as well.
You're going to do that?
I'm not a big rye gal.
Okay, well, you have to give this a shot. What did you think of it?
There's only been one person that
I like it.
Mark has been, yeah.
I was going to say, I think Mike would like it. So you're going to have to be the tiebreaker because I think it's going to be
it's pretty full-bodied.
It is. Full-bodied, luxury taste.
Sad.
Look at that. See, Mike's becoming a connoisseur here. You know what? Yeah.
That's right.
You're learning.
I am compared to you.
That is absolutely correct. All right.
You just make weird faces and then go. It's got a bird.
It's got a bird. It's got a bird. All right. Okay.
Well, please do not forget to like and subscribe. Drink responsibly because heaven can wait.
There we go. Thank you so much, Odie/Mark. All right. Well, with our whiskey tasting completed, let's move on to our feature segment. Today, we bring back the funny yet informative reading of emails that I received during the week. This includes scam, phishing emails, text scams, and all-out mistruths disguised as legitimate emails in a segment we call Letters.
Letters, we get letters. We get back and back of letters. Oh, letters, we get letters. And the letters all have
All right. We always start with Odie. Odie, you are up first. What do you have in that letter area? That's a shorter one, but there's some tricky things to this. So let's talk about that.
It's all about keeping it short and sweet.
Okay.
I
like that.
I have a very fun letter from Sam Cook.
Sam Cook. Okay.
667 at outlook.com.
Oh, boy.
Sam.
So it doesn't even have his name on the email address, huh?
What do you mean? Yes, it does.
Oh, it has Sam Cook at, and then the numbers?
No, Sam Cook 667 at Outlook.
667. Okay.
Man, you need to open up your listening ears, man.
You know what?
She's too busy trying to figure out what this liquor tastes like.
The subject line says only price ?
Oh.
And then you ready for this?
Okay.
It says, "Hi. I found that your website isn't doing well and has errors in Google search results. We can place your website on Google's first page. May I send a SEO proposal and of price? Thank you."
And a price.
No, and of price.
And of price. ? And of price ?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
You know what? I think he's pretty trustworthy.
You think he's pretty...
Yeah. So what happens if I reach out to Sam Cook 667
at
hotmail.com?
You're getting his personal email. He might want to, get married or something.
For price?
For price?
For price.
So I'm sure what he would do is he would send you over a brochure. So as much as this isn't like a phishing attempt. They're not trying to get anything. This is kind of a solicited scam.
No, they're trying to get... What do you mean they're not trying to get anything? They're trying to get money.
They're trying to
sell you an SEO package.
They're gonna come on over with an SEO package based on one of their probably providers that they have overseas. It'll be a generic SEO. And the idea of this is to establish a relationship with you so that as soon as you have that trust relationship, the next thing he's going to ask for is he's going to ask to do an audit of your website. And the only way to do an audit of your website is to give him login credentials and admin credentials to your website. And once you do that, you're pretty much in the wild, wild west. And he can keep that password. Even if you change it afterwards, he can load in spyware, software, add-ins, depending on what your website is. So anybody that you get a solicited email for that says they can help out with your SEO, I'm sure there's probably one or two of the 100 that you get in your email box that are legitimate. But most of these are going to be scams. Most of them are just trying to get access to your website. And then once they get access to your website, boom, they can do more malicious items after that.
So let me get
fire
this straight.
They could.
If I do not know this person, I shouldn't respond.
You probably shouldn't.
If I didn't,
if
I'm not looking for an SEO proposal and price, I shouldn't respond.
You should not respond to that.
Well,
he opened up with a hi.
They did open up with a hi.
No personal message or nothing.
No,
just
it's just
straight
hi.
to the point. I like this.
And a couple misspelled words in the price question
Are
mark.
you on a ShamWow commercial?
I'm just making sure you don't click on stuff, okay?
All right.
Okay.
I don't know any Sam Cook, therefore I will, immediately trash spam.
There you go. Good girl.
Okay.
You know what? That's why she does not get compromised. Odie is the safest of all people.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know about that because I'm the one that's sitting here that says I never look at emails anyway. So
Okay. All right. Well,
And he's got the hat.
he does have.
and
the
I
hat.
do have the hat.
All right. Well, we're next up to you. This is going to be an interesting one here.
I think this one's pretty cool.
Okay.
This
All
one's
right.
very creative. It's from Emily Grace, EmilyGrace7412 @gmail.com.
Oh, so whenever you have
I
these,
feel like this is sort of a dating setup.
Yeah.
wow.
Emily.
Okay. All right.
Well, no, it's Emily, and then you got Sam.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
See,
Look at
Okay.
us.
yeah, he's trying to play.
You can just hook them up with different email
Doctor-
addresses. Respond from.
He's trying to play Dr. Date.
There you go.
Okay, so it's to Nathan Mumm,
Okay.
and the subject line is just Justin worth a look, and then
Wait,
it goes,
what?
"Hi, Justin."
So I forgot who the name of the person is. Darn it!
Yeah.
That script didn't work. Okay.
Should we reveal who Justin is?
Well, I don't even. I think that's actually just a random. I don't even think that they
You don't think
realize.
this person?
You don't
No.
think this is how easy would it to be to find out that you have a relative named Justin?
Oh, it's just Justin and Peyton are my kids' names. So yeah.
So-
Why would?
So I'll just put it
So
out there.
how,
That's okay.
how do you think it's random?
Well, do you think the Hi Justin? So you think somewhere in his
Hi,
database
Justin.
he's got Justin Mumm on his database too?
Is Justin listed in your papers anywhere?
Not really. No.
Okay, so I don't know.
I don't know. I think it was just a.
It is coincidental.
It is. No, I see what you're saying. I hear you. Okay.
Anyway, the opening's really good. If I could, I'd have sent a carrier pigeon instead of this email. Why? Because at least then you'd remember the message and probably take a photo for Instagram before reading whether we're a software company pitch. Here's the real point. We help fast-moving teams like blah, 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 blah. Worst case, you get a few solid ideas. Best case, you get a partner. Should we swap 10 minutes this week to see if there's a fit? Birds optional.
Oh.
Send it to my calendar. Yes. I'll keep my pigeons grounded. No. My best, Emily Grace, growth executive, driving measurable impact.
So you don't really know where Emily Grace's company is.
Don't want these emails, unsub.
I don't know, Justin. She sounds pretty trustworthy.
You think so?
Yeah.
So guess what
Why
happens?
shouldn't I trust her?
So we get the unsubscribe link. So I tried clicking on this link, right? So the unsubscribe link sent me to a naughty site with AI stuff. So the unsubscribe.
Are you sure you clicked the right link, buddy?
I did. I clicked it twice just to make sure that was the case.
Okay.
So both times it came out of the same thing.
Is that like an electronic double take? Or?
So I don't know if the scam is to kind of get you to hit the unsubscribe. You go to the unsubscribe and you're like, oh wow, okay, and then all of a sudden you sign up for whatever services in the unsubscribe is. I couldn't quite get if that's what the whole gig was. Because normally the unsubscribe, it says put in your email and you type in your email. Sometimes they ask her for passwords to have that taken care of. So it was very interesting on what actually happened.
I mean, I would argue that there's two like scams in there. One is the unsubscribe thing, and two is the whole like, hey, we should meet up sometime. And then if you respond to them, they know that you're a real live person.
Okay.
And they send you another BS thing.
What is Mike? Mike's going to town here. What's he looking at? He's trying to click on the link too.
No,
what?
No, I'm not trying to click on it. Click on the link.
All right, you keep on doing.
What I'm doing is.
There we go.
There you go.
What?
Oh, what?
Dude, don't get me started about my email. I hate my email.
Okay, all right. I think the funny thing here is they use unsub to do the trick, and unsub has a forensic.
Unknown subject.
Yep, a forensic thing attached to it.
Okay, yeah.
I watch Criminal Minds. I know what's up.
What is it?
Unknown subject.
Unknown subject. Yep.
Oh, it's unsub. Is that what it means?
That is, yes.
That's
that
what
would
they
be
call
Criminal Minds. That's the worst show ever.
No,
Come on,
I will not take
so
this.
fake. They're
Immediately
AI.
mic off. How do I turn
You
you
too.
off?
It is still.
How dare you? No, okay.
It is still an FBI term.
Is it
Unsub.
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Okay.
But
nothing's
I
better
think
than
that- I think-
taking a picture of that license plate and zooming on in and getting all the details. If you can zoom in that good on the license plate, why don't you just zoom in on the freaking window and find out what the person looks like?
Anyway,
Come on.
Anyway,
if you got the picture,
I will
just
not
zoom
take
in and find.
Criminal Minds slander.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
most of that
Tell me about
stuff
this
is
third
just
scam.
Hollywood crap. But
All
this one was a really cool email.
So
Very creative.
very creative. You like that one?
Yep, I think you should
I'm gonna respond.
Write Emily directly at
Yeah.
her Gmail account and maybe introduce her to Sam Cooke.
Okay, there you go. Well, the next thing I have here is I have 2 emails coming in almost immediately after each other. Now, if you'd only decide to do this and maybe do it from one day to another day, you'd be in good shape. But when you decided to send the same exact email, you almost got me here. So the Ledger, because I have a Ledger device, that's what I use for all my cryptocurrency. It says, we're contacting you today following a recent incident with the affected portion of the Ledger's user's account on August 16th, 2025. Our security team identified unauthorized access to a database containing information such as email addresses and phone numbers. We need you to go in and type in your recovery phrase here so they can reissue you a new recovery phrase. And you know what? They may have gotten me, but they sent the same exact one. The following one's at 2:10 a.m. and the other one's at 2:11 a.m. And this one says that they had a security breach on June 25th, 2022. So the first email I get, all right, so I get this at 2:10. It says that they had a security breach on August 16th. At 2011, I get one that says that they had a security breach on June
2011.
2:11
at 2:11 in the
Okay.
morning.
He
2:11
doesn't know how to
a.m.
read.
Sorry, 2:11 a.m. And this one says that so the 2:10 says they had a breach on August 16th. The 2:11 email says that they had a breach on June 25th, 2022.
Well, that makes sense.
So they had two breaches.
2 breaches, 2 emails.
Oh, okay. And all I have to do is type in here with a big button that says secure my recovery phrase. This process is simple, secure, takes less than 2 minutes. So I have to type in my security phrase for my Ledger, and then they would reissue me a brand new security phrase.
Can I ask you that Ledger thing that you're talking about?
Yeah.
I see that on the email it has a Ledger pic.
Yeah.
Is that similar to the
Yeah,
one
that is
you
exactly their logo.
Okay.
So
Is
that's
it their
exactly.
logo?
So they did a pretty good job here of making this
somewhat legit?
except for they probably shouldn't be sending it from info@cleario.app. So probably you'd want to send it from ledger.com.
Maybe.
Did
you click on stuff?
So
Yeah, you
I
clicked
actually,
on it.
I did alert me. I got very close to clicking on it, but I did not click on it.
Oh.
Do you know what's
didn't try
interesting?
to check it out on your
No, I didn't even.
Virus machine?
No, because the information was just not good enough for me to move. I did not even try it on that. But I will tell you this: I was off on vacation a little bit, or family stuff.
Oh my
Yes,
goodness.
we know.
I had somebody. Let me ask you this has happened. I had somebody call me and say that they were from the police department and that I failed to show up to a court-ordered
No way.
event. I did. And you know what? I almost fell for it. The person spoke good English. There was no call center in the background. And I'm like, well, explain this to me. He's like, well, it looks like we have a signature here that we dropped off something for you on a Wednesday and blah, 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 blah. It looks like your signature. And I go, well, I would never have been home on a Wednesday to sign for anything. So that doesn't make any sense. And I started continuously questioning. Very, very good scam. Had me almost worried. I started going online to see if I had maybe some type of court appearance that I didn't meet.
Let me jump in here and tell you.
Jump in, Mike.
Yeah.
The police do not call you to tell you you've missed a court date. You don't get court reminders.
Yes.
You get letters in the mail that says you have to appear on this date at this time, and if you don't, you get issued a bench warrant.
Yes.
And then they come and find you.
Well,
Right,
so they started with
Yes,
this saying
they
it was
come
a
and
bench
find
warrant. They said this was the bench warrant, and they were contacting me.
Nobody tells you have a bench warrant. Usually there's so much stuff going on that the police just find out you have a bench warrant when you get pulled over for a car
A speeding ticket.
speeding ticket or something.
or
and
not
they go,
wearing a
"Hi, you have a bench warrant. We're taking you in right now." So the police do not alert you when you have a bench warrant.
Okay, has that happened to you before? You seem to have a lot of info on this. So
No,
that was
no,
a-
even I know about
you knew that? Okay, I did not know about
man,
that.
my education
Right,
is in
and that's
forensics,
exactly
buddy.
what they're banking on.
I know, and
That
all.
you don't know and that you give in and what? Give them
So
your
I was
social?
kind of just, and then all of a sudden my wife looks at me and says, "What the heck are you talking about?" I said, "Well, I got a bench warrant." She's like, "Hang up on that person. It's a freaking scam.
Wow.
And so
Nathan Mumm.
I almost got taken to town by an actual phone call. The phone scams are getting a little bit more difficult.
That was not even a legitimate phone.
I know. I didn't.
If you were getting scammed by that, you need to take a look in the mirror, buddy, or stop drinking.
Stop drinking so much. All right. Okay. Well, that ends our letter segment. Now we're going to move on to Mike's mesmerizing moment.
Welcome to Mike's mesmerizing moment. What does Mike have to say today?
All right, Mike, it's a little bit of a longer question. Should we move to a pay-per-usage model to have our internet usage private? So let me ask you that. If you have your internet usage private, because we pay for connection services right now through a provider that you pay for monthly, but should you use software like Facebook and Instagram, should there be a charge for your privacy to ensure that it doesn't get compromised? And would you pay for that? So Facebook gets compromised all the time. Instagram gets compromised. All these things get compromised. Would you pay a service?
Is this about paying Facebook to use Facebook?
Well, would you pay Facebook to use Facebook if they guaranteed it was secure and they would not release any of that information?
First off, nobody can guarantee this because we talk about this crap all the time.
Okay.
We talk about people hacking into city systems and school systems and educational systems. Facebook cannot come around and be like, hey, if you pay us money, we'll guarantee you will never lose your privacy to hackers. That's BS.
Okay, that's very valid. You're right. Okay.
And then pay per usage model, like if I get on the internet, I'm gonna pay on some sort of
well, you currently pay to get a
plan?
check. You currently pay to get a checkbox in Instagram or verified with Facebook.
Is this related only to social media?
That's the question that I just asked for. Just social media.
No. In fact, I'm going to go one step further and say stop using the freaking social media.
Okay.
Altogether, because the benefits do not outweigh the problems. The problems outweigh the benefits.
Well, how do you connect with your friends on social media, though?
I don't.
You don't?
Did you not hear his email?
I did.
Emily?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carrier pigeons, man.
Carrier pigeons.
Is that what we need to move to?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I hang out with my friends, do you think I connect with them on Facebook?
I connect to some people on my Facebook accounts. Yes.
Okay. Well,
so do you, Odie? Is that yeah?
Do you
Instagram some of your friends?
Here's the deal. Like, okay, this is what Facebook has given us all as some sort of panacea to everything.
Okay.
I have a friend who I haven't seen in 10 years. He hits me up on Facebook. He sees my profile. He's like, hey, I haven't seen you for a while. How are you? Okay. That is the whole reach out and touch someone of the 2000s.
AT&T commercial, yep.
Yeah,
okay.
Right? And that's what Facebook has based all their crap on. Right?
Okay.
And that's nice. It's nice that my friend can hit me up on Facebook and be like, hey, how are you doing? But that doesn't justify all the crap that I have to do on Facebook or I have available to me on Facebook that tries to keep me on Facebook like you're doing right now.
Okay.
Doom scrolling and stupid ads and all this incredible stuff. And then we use it for other things like projecting the perfect lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know,
What you're basically saying is that the average person is not disciplined enough to just go on, answer the message, and get off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the way this stuff is. This stuff is not designed for you to connect with people. This stuff is designed so you stay on the platform and give them information. You know, and you give them information every time you like something. You give them information every time you respond to an ad. I don't know what that was. That was God acknowledging my existence right then.
Is that what that was?
That's right. He's like, yep, right, turn it all off.
Okay. All right. That was everything kept on running though. So that was a weird thing. Maybe that's just the lights. Somebody flicked the lights.
I don't know.
Maybe we're going through.
Do you have backup batteries?
I do have backup batteries.
Maybe
that was it.
Maybe that's what was it.
Okay. There you go.
See, but yeah, I don't think we should make a pay per usage. Maybe make a pay. I don't know.
You don't know what's that?
I think that's ridiculous to pay for services like Facebook and things like that. But then again, I think Facebook is ridiculous. So
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, that's your mesmerizing moment then.
Yeah,
so you would not pay to have your privacy guaranteed to be secure.
They can't guarantee my privacy.
Okay.
That's a false claim. That's exactly like a snake oil salesman.
Okay.
Here, I'm going to sell you this little thing full of olive oil, and it's going to cure all your ills. I guarantee it.
And then you travel around the United States.
That's right. I'm going to travel around my fake Meta virtual store site selling my snake oil to everybody. Okay. There we go.
All right. Well, Mike, thanks for that mesmerizing moment. Up next, we have This Week in Technology.
Well,
so now,
wait a minute.
What?
Would you pay to have somebody say they
it's
would
not
guarantee?
Nathan's. It's not Nathan's nugget.
No, that's a fair question. Would you pay per usage?
I would if they gave me a guarantee that my privacy wouldn't be.
But how can you even
guarantee that?
Well, there are some cyber companies out there that you get cyber security insurance for, where they guarantee if you're on their platform, if they get breached, they will give you up to $1 million in cash compensation for the breach, and they have not been breached.
You can see you would do it because you have a financial incentive to.
So if they did get, so if there was some type of backing that says, okay, if you pay for Facebook service, we guarantee you won't be breached. And if you are breached, here you go, we're going to give you X amount of money, then absolutely, you know what? I think I'd be all over doing that. But if there is no financial incentive, if they actually get compromised, then no, because all it is just smoke.
That sounds a little like selling your soul.
Does it?
Yeah.
Maybe I watched too much.
It sounds a little like that.
Too much Cuphead.
Right?
This weekend. Is that what it was?
I'll pay as long as you guarantee me that if ever I lose my information, you give me $1 million. Yeah, sure.
Well, I have to tell you about. Thank goodness we have a warranty on our refrigerator. Our refrigerator went out. We got up to 70 degrees. Let me just tell you that. Okay, continuing on. Thanks for that mesmerizing.
I'm not sure how that has anything to do with anything.
It doesn't
hey,
either.
yeah, all right.
It just popped in my head.
Let's go talk to your refrigerator.
Mike, thanks for the mesmerizing
Get Sam
moment.
Cook to talk about your refrigerator.
Up next, we have This Week in Technology, so now would be a great time to enjoy a little whiskey on the side, as we're going to be doing so during the break. You're listening to TechTime Radio with Nathan Mumm. See you in a few minutes.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, so you know what? We need people to start liking our social media pages.
If you like our show, if you really like us, we could use your support on patreon.com.
Or is it Patreon? I think it's Patreon.
Okay, Patreon. If you really like us, you can.
And you say I'm the English guy?
Patreon.com.
I butcher the English language?
You know you butcher the English language.
Okay, so it's
all the time.
It's Patreon.com.
Patreon.com. If you really like our show, you can subscribe to patreon.com and help us out.
Oh, and you can visit us on that Facebook platform. You know, the one that Zuckerberg owns?
The one that we always bag on?
Yeah, you can. We're on Facebook, too.
Yeah, like us on Facebook.
Do you know what our Facebook page is?
TechTime Radio.
At TechTime Radio. Yeah. You know what? There's a trend here.
It seems to be that there's a trend, and that's TechTime Radio.
Or you can even Instagram with us.
And that's at TechTime Radio.
That's at TechTime Radio. Or you can find us on TikTok.
And it's TechTime Radio.
It's at TechTime Radio.
Like and subscribe to our social media.
Like us today. We need you to like us.
Like us and subscribe. That's it?
That's it. That's that simple.
And now, let's look back at this week in technology.
All right, we're going back to August 26th, 1938. The first use of a tape recorder on the radio. Now, radio station WQXR in New York City broadcast a program using a tape recorder for the first time. The tape recorder used was the Philips Miller's recording system, also known as Miller tape, invented by James Arthur Miller. By the later 1940s, Miller had also become involved in phonograph recording pressing, consulting with the Langworth Transcription Company to produce 8-inch discs and prototyping discs made with small tabletop presses. Miller did pass away on October 12th, 1971 at the age of 80. So let's talk about this. The idea of radio shows until 1938, all of that used to be live. Every single thing about that was live. And now, I would say most of the radio stations, and we'll ask Odie here just a little bit, how much of the programming is live versus recorded on the radio.
Hey man, nobody wants to know what's behind the curtain, okay?
Okay, well let's talk. Okay, a little bit. Would you say more than 50% is pre-recorded?
Nathan thinks this is important. So
I think it's. I would say it's about 70 to 80%. I think is pre-recorded, recorded stuff, and then I only think about 20% is live.
Should I bring up the elephant in the room?
No, it's not.
Okay. Well.
All right. What do you think, Cody?
I'll say, man, you know what? I'm gonna take into public radio. I'll
Okay.
say at least 60% is pre-recorded,
60% is pre-recorded.
and that's being very nice with my numbers.
That's being very nice with their numbers. That's so she's saying that she doesn't get in trouble for the station she works for. I get you. No. So just think of this. Before 1938, everything had to be done live. And then all of a sudden this guy creates, and it's a recording system on a record. It's not even like a tape player per se that you see. It's a 3-layer recording on a record that is used to then go through this process
Nathan,
to tape it.
When did we start using radio?
When did we start using radio?
Yeah.
I don't know.
When did we use
1900s? 1900s is when radio. When did radio start? I don't know.
I don't know. You have a Google AI over there.
I
Check
chat
that
GPT.
out.
I'll chat GPT that in a second.
Chat GPT.
All right.
Figure this out.
There you go. So Miller was the inventor. This dude was like really into how to transcribe onto vinyl discs. So there you go. Look him up. You'll have a great time learning about the Phyllis Miller recording system. That was This Week in Technology. If you ever wanted to watch some tech time history with over 260 plus weekly broadcasts spanning for our 4+ years of video, podcasts, and blog information, you can visit techtimeradio.com to watch our older shows. We're going to take a commercial break. When we return, we have the Mark Mumbles Whiskey Review. See you after this break.
How to See a Man About a Dog. It combines darkly comic short stories, powerful poems, and pulp fiction prose to create a heartbreaking and hilarious journey readers will not soon forget. Read How to See a Man About a Dog, collected writings, for free with Kindle Unlimited. Ebook available on Kindle, print copies available on Amazon The Bookpository, and more.
The segment we've been waiting all week for. Mark's Whiskey Mumble.
All right. Well, you got
I gotta turn on my own mic.
You got to turn on your
Jeez.
mic there.
Anyway, you guys want to know what we're celebrating today?
What are we celebrating today?
On August 26th,
Yes.
National Web Mistress Day.
Web Mistress Day?
Web Mistress Day.
Okay. Web Mistress Day.
Mike, you can at least try to act
Surprised?
excited.
Why am I need to be excited about this?
Because today we're celebrating the invisible heroes who make and maintain the websites we all depend on.
Okay.
A web mistress is a woman who designs, develops, markets, or manages websites. The operators who keep everything running behind the scenes. Wow. That I should not have taken that.
That shot of whiskey, huh?
You know, moving that glass further away is not going to take away anything.
It's just shout out to Tech Time's own web mistress, Christina Petrie, who keeps us looking sharp online.
Okay.
I don't know this.
Christina Petrie is the name. She actually was the one that helped create the website.
Woo, Christina!
There you go.
And now for a stretch. Here, mark out. Just like a web mistress quietly keeping the internet flowing behind the scenes, George Remus kept Prohibition running smoothly, illegally.
Oh.
He was the ultimate operator.
This is like a Nathan link.
So this is fantastic.
No, this is not
This whiskey's
fantastic.
been around
Least
for
hear
so
me
long because he
out,
did it
okay?
illegally. I love this. Okay.
He was the ultimate operator behind the curtain.
All right.
In fact, even when serving time in prison, Remus was given trusty privileges, so much so that he once helped deputy sheriffs chase down an escaping inmate while still being their prisoner.
Yes.
It's
So he was
called
a good
being
prisoner?
narc.
That's a trustee.
So he was probably paying the cops off even back then in the day, saying, "Hey, just take care of me here, and I'll bring you some whiskey."
he got them all whiskey.
That's right.
Anyway, today's pour comes with a fairly unique mash bill that just barely makes the legal cut for bourbon. 51% corn and 49% rye, 2 grains only, no barley. That's almost a 50-50 split, given that it has an edge. Sweet notes from the corn balanced against a bold wall of rye spice. Think caramel and vanilla on the nose, but the palate is all clove, pepper, and citrus zest with a dry, lingering finish. Yeah, that's what's screwing me over right now.
Is that the dry lingering finish?
The pepper.
The pepper.
Okay.
For me, this is simply a delicious dram. One I could sip on all night and have.
Oh, boy. All right. So that was Mark. Mark loves this whiskey. Yeah?
I had to sit through it.
Okay.
I'm not hating on it.
Okay.
It's just messing with my throat a little bit.
Just messing with your throat.
Okay, because of the lovely clove, pepper, and citrus zest. I can taste that pepper.
Would you pay $50 for this?
No. I'm happy with it being free.
Okay. You're not even happy with it being free, are you?
No.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, there you go. All right. Well, Odie and Mark, whiskey and technology are such a great pairing.
Are they? I'm not really feeling the effects of that right now.
Like Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck.
Good Lord.
And that is going to tie into the Nathan Nugget. So that is a lead and tease for the Nathan Nugget. All right.
Yeah, everybody's on the edge of their seats, buddy.
Are they? All right. Let's prepare for our technology fail of the week, brought to you by Elite Executive Services.
Congratulations. You're a failure.
Oh, I failed, did I?
Yes.
Did I?
Yes.
All right. Today's technology fail comes to us from the kidney dialysis firm DaVita. Now, the kidney dialysis firm DaVita has confirmed that a ransomware gang that breached this network stole the personal and health information of nearly 2.7 million individuals.
See? What am I telling you?
The DaVita services over 265,000 patients across 3,113 outpatient dialysis centers. Blah, 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 blah. So tons against 13 other countries worldwide. So this is in the United States and 13 other countries worldwide. This is like the IBM of computers. This is like the Apple of phones. I mean, this is like the big DaVita is the firm for kidney dialysis. Well, guess what? The attackers gained access to the system on March 24th and were removed from the system after the company detected them on April 12th. So you got March 24th to April 12th. So they were in there for a good 2.5 weeks without anybody knowing. Well, inside the systems, the threat actors stole data from DaVita's lab database, which includes a combination of personal information, including name, address, date of birth, social security number, health insurance related and health condition, treatment information, dialysis lab test results information, and stolen information also included tax identification numbers and in some cases, image of personal checks. Wow. So essentially,
okay, Nathan, I'm Meta, and I'm going to tell you that I'm guaranteeing that your privacy will be, maintained if you pay me $18
a month.
$18 a month.
Take that. I would take that. But you know what? What's going to happen to DaVita, who had to make this announcement last Thursday? So this is the stuff that just kills me. So our data has been breached since March 24th. This is now in August 26th. August 26th, I now have information that's been publicly posted about this. So until that time, I did not know if I was in this company that this happened. And I could have had checks that were being bounced against, credit fraud that could have been happening, all of that. They did report to the Department of Health Office for Civil Rights, the OCR, updated its breach portal, confirming that they reported the 2,689,000 people had their data stolen in the incident. Wow. When we return, we're gonna head
That's it, huh?
Yeah.
We're like, sucks to be them. Let's go on to the next thing.
Well, what do you do about that? I mean, that's just horrible, right?
I think we should, have Meta guarantee that we'll always have our privacy. We pay them.
Okay. You know what? We're not gonna actually go to a commercial break. We're gonna just go right now into the Nathan Nugget.
This is your Nugget of the Week.
All right. You know what? You can visit Disneyland and California Adventure Park all in one day. That's right. I was at the park celebrating being an empty nester. Both my kids are married. I'm done with that. So the wife and I decided to take a trip down to Disney California Adventure to see what we could have and Disneyland. And guess what? I spent most of my time in the first couple days trying to figure out a hack. And by the last day there, I was able to get through both Disneyland and California Adventure Park all in one day.
Wait a second. You were there for 3 days?
We were there for 5 days total.
No. You said you were there for 2 days trying to figure out a hack.
Yeah.
Is this before you went to the parks?
No. So at the parks themselves. So I have a weird,
so
I have
you
a
were
weird
hanging
mind.
out at the park for 3 days, and then it was the last day that you figured out.
Well, so the whole time I'm at the park, I'm trying to figure out how can I jerry rig this to get more rides? How can I jerry rig this to be the ultimate? I am not enjoying my event being there. I'm not enjoying being there with people. I got to spend time.
Man, you were really
so I am just thinking about how can I hack the system, and I figured it out. Here's what we got.
Your slip is showing, buddy.
Was that I am going to tell everybody what we can do here to get the rides. Most important part is you have to have the lightning lane. What's that? Okay, we gotta have that lightning lane. You have to have that for your park entry. Now, here's the secret: you want to book rides at the park that are breaking down. This sounds absolutely crazy. Why in the world would you want to schedule rides that are broken down, but there's a hack in the system? So we get there the last day where we're going to go on Space Mountain. Space Mountain is notorious in Disneyland for breaking down and not being open in the first hour. If you book upon entry into the park a ride on Space Mountain and it breaks down, guess what happens? They give you an unlimited fast pass or a lightning lane pass to any ride at any park. So you can go over to California Adventure. Very important. Now, let's say the park is down for a ride for an hour. Every 15 minutes, you can re-sign up to use the lightning lane to get another pass. So Space Mountain was down for an hour. Every 15 minutes after your ticket comes up and says that the ride's down, you can rebook a ticket. So I could get 4 lightning lane passes for any rides at any of the parks within the first hour of being there. Now, the rest of the time, what you're doing is you're trying to find the ride that's going to break down. And there's a couple rides that break down all the time. Roger Rabbit breaks down all the time, it seems to be. You can go to
Goofy's Fly School.
Goofy's Fly School, Incredicoaster, sometimes
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones crashes. So what you're doing is you're looking for a ride, and if you're on a ride that actually breaks down, then you immediately open your app. I was on Mickey's Runaway, and I immediately opened up the app because it broke down, so I could schedule it knowing that the ride was going to be broken down, and I could get free passes. So long story short, we have 6 unlimited passes, which essentially can get you through Disney.
Long
California.
story short,
when you're at the theme park,
at something, talk to Nathan.
No, when you're at the theme park of Disneyland, don't go to the rides that you want to get on. Look for the rides that are going to break down. Because if you schedule those rides that break down, then you can choose to go to any ride you want. Now, in this plan, there's a couple tips to make sure that you start out with certain rides first and stay in an area and not to discuss. You need to go. There's called Fast Pass plans that are out there. There's lightning lane information that you can find online. And all these are great tools to tell you how to schedule your day. But if you want to hack Disney and you want to go through every ride at both parks in a day, look for those broken rides and subscribe.
Do we not talk on this radio show about how bad hacking is?
Well, this is not like I'm not hacking into the back end.
This is a different thing.
This is a different thing.
Odie, had you ever thought about this until today when I brought this up?
This is taking advantage of a system.
When you did tell me about it, I was telling you about a different solution that I've been doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's your solution?
Well, my solution is just like pick a ride that you don't want to get on.
Okay.
So that you can use the lightning lane.
Yep.
And then trade it out for the one that you actually want to get on.
At a later time, because you can book at any time, and then you can go back and you can say modify plan on their little app, and you can go and choose a different one.
Is this something that I can Google and it's going to tell me how to hack the system?
My thing, you can look it up on TikTok, YouTube Shorts, anything, and it's a pretty
I don't think anybody's gotten our hack yet. Because I was talking about it to people.
Because of you, instead of gatekeeping it for your close friends, now we're putting it out there for the rest of the world.
So now Disney's going to figure out a way to change this. So now Disney's going to
fix it. This is my excuse to go down to Disney now, to get ahead of the jump.
You get ahead of the jump. As soon as we edit this and we put this online, they're going to figure out a way not to do that. Yeah. Okay, there you go. If you do go down right now, Guardians of the Galaxy, which is the old Twilight Zone, they have now a Halloween edition Right. So they actually have a whole bunch of new audio and a whole bunch of I have never done that before.
It's during the day, it's a regular ride, and then in the evening, they change it to Monsters After Dark.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's the first time I rode on that. And I rode on that many times with the free pass solution. All right.
Hell yeah.
That's it. Okay.
That's what's up.
Let's move now to our pick of the day, whiskey tasting.
That's awesome.
And now our pick of the day for our whiskey tastings. Let's see what bubbles to the top.
I'm going to be so honest.
Yeah.
I really like this whiskey.
Oh, you couldn't stand it, and now you grabbed more during the show.
Listen. I'm feeling it a little bit.
You get a little buzz?
I'm getting a little buzz.
Because you got.
Are you sure that's not the Disney hack excitement here?
No. I don't like the finish on it.
Okay.
You know, the clove, pepper, and citrus, not a good combination for me. I'm also not a rye girl, but it's a pretty good whiskey.
Okay.
I think Nathan's going to give it a thumbs up.
Nathan's giving it an absolute thumbs down.
Okay, we're drinking the Remus Straight Bourbon Whiskey Single Barrel, classified as a straight bourbon, aged 6 years, 118 proof.
Okay.
Mash bill is 51% corn, 49% rye. $56 on the market.
Uh-huh.
What do you say?
Thumbs down. It's too much.
I'm with Mark.
Oh, you're going to thumbs up?
Yeah.
Okay, you have this on your shelf. Mike, it comes down to you.
I wouldn't buy it.
You already know what I'm going to give it.
What are you going to give it?
It's a thumbs up. It's really
Thumbs
good.
up. Okay. All right. Well, we got split thumbs on this.
Yeah, nobody cares about your thumb.
That's right. And then Mark will be like, that thumb can go someplace else.
Exactly.
All right. Well, we're just about out of time. We want to thank everybody that listened to our show today. It's an honor to be the host of the show. Remember, the science of tomorrow starts with the technology of today. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us on TechTime Radio. We hope that you had a chance to have that moment today in technology. The fun doesn't stop there. We recommend that you go to techtimeradio.com and join our fan list for the most important aspect of staying connected and winning some really great monthly prizes. We also have a few other ways to stay connected, including subscribing to our podcast on any podcast service, from Apple to Google and everything in between. We're also on YouTube, so check us out on youtube.com/techtimeradio, all one word. We hope you enjoyed the show as much as we did making it for you. From all of us at TechTime Radio, remember, mum's the word. Have a safe